the Yankees lineup has been rejuvenated, like we mentioned before, with Gallo and Rizzo and guys getting motivated. Hey, I don't want to lose my job. And Keenan, I'll pass this to you because you're the White Sox fan. You've got a ton of deadly bats, 1 through 9, pretty much in your lineup. What is the luxury of having such great bats and getting runs the way that they do in bunches? It's so important in today's game, especially with how it's played out with analytics.
Right. And I think, both the White Sox and Yankees, I would say, are probably the most potent offenses easily in the American League. If not, I mean, maybe the Dodgers, but I think even the Sox or the Yankees, push comes to shove, I think they've got better bats. And I think, one of the luxuries is that, and I think we're definitely seeing it with, the Yankees loading up, but still getting, consistent run production from some of their more tenured guys, is for once in my life, even last season, maybe a little bit at the end, from watching the White Sox, I was confident, unless Leori Garcia's in the lineup, because I don't like him. That's a different story. I'm confident it's so relaxing to every time a guy comes up to bat, you're like, okay, there's potential for us to get something going here. After 6, you don't fall off. You don't have holes in your lineup. But at the same time, it's kind of a dual-edged sword because on the one hand, you're super optimistic anytime somebody comes up. But on the other, you look to the same guys. You look to the Judge in the White Sox. You look to the Anderson. You look to the Abreu. You look to the Stanton. You look to those guys to keep it going. So it's almost more frustrating when they're not getting it going and somebody like Tyler Wade's hitting well. Because then it's like, what is Tyler Wade picking up on that the guys we pay significantly more than Tyler Wade, they can't figure out? Why can't they time it up? So I think, having such a potent offense, especially as the Yankees try to make this push, it obviously benefits them a lot. And I think you'd be really dumb to try and, fix something that's not broken. But I think after the fairy tale ends, because I don't think they make it out of Oakland with the winning streak intact, I think you're going to see regression in the sense that they're not going to win 11 in a row again. I think for Boone, you're going to have a lot of questions to answer in terms of who's going to be your everyday, first baseman, outfield trio, whatever, because as the season gets tighter to the end, you're going to have to make, those decisions. Okay, these are my guys that I trust the most to go win, and wins aren't as easy to come by.
Yeah, and it's really important for the Yankees to keep winning because even just in the AL East alone, you have 3 other teams that I truly believe could win the division. Toronto's in 4th place. They could easily be, like, I'm biased. I still think the Yankees are the best team in the AL East. I still think the Blue Jays could be the 2nd best team in this division. If you were to hand me the Rays roster and the Blue Jays roster and say, pick one that you think could win a division and go all the way, I'm taking the Blue Jays roster. I know the Rays, that's their thing. They continue to overperform to a point where it's just insane. So you have to respect them. But even the Red Sox, who I think everyone has written off, they get hot again, and all of a sudden, you have to keep winning. So the bats are going to have to stay hot, and that's why, like, Luke Voit didn't start either 2 games against Atlanta, and I thought that was odd. I thought he would start one of the 2 games because he's just been so red hot, and we've seen it before, like with the load management. Like, you sit a guy, he comes back, and he's just not the same. I think they did that with Stanton. They sat Stanton for like a day that first run he was on, and he came back, and he never quite got on that run again. And now he's kind of again, we're seeing him get hot again. But Aaron Boone has a lot of choices to make with this lineup. You can't sit Luke Voit every day. You can't have him just be a pinch hitter. He's too good.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that Yankees fans have gone. Rizzo and Voit can't play together, and there's a world where they can, because now that Stanton can actually move around in the outfield and his legs just don't fall off, essentially, is the hope. That
and he looks good.
Yeah, and he's been all right. He still has a good arm out there. I mean, yeah, we know he can't run. We know, believe me, everyone knows this. But the fact he can still throw, he knows how to track a fly ball, and he can still be productive at the plate, that's a humongous win, because you can move so many guys around within the lineup and still keep the consistent starting 9 out there. And whoever's pitching, they don't have to worry about, oh my God, am I going to get run support? Calm down, but we got this, man. that's the key to this is the lineup versatility. I think teams with lineup versatility really just run the league. And we see with the Rays, they don't have quite the talent that the White Sox, the Yankees, or even the Astros, maybe if you want to go that far, that they have. But Kevin Cash is the best manager in baseball because he plays the matchup so well and he uses his lineup to the absolute T. It is so detailed, so thought out, so calculated. It's so well done. And I think that's the formula that teams should follow because the Rays the Dodgers win the Mickey Mouse World Series last year, but the Rays in theory are probably a better run ball club with how they manage their team.